Everyone else can have First Amendment. You can have all the First Amendment you want when I'm done with it. So says the NYPD. Now, I've heard it said that neutrality favors the oppressor, and I can't even imagine neutrality. It would be terrible.
Wow, just wait till it gets really good. The speaker in this video is using satire to make some pretty profound points about who the cops really protect, and some of it is going right over people's heads.
1791, when this country was first founded, our founding fathers gave us the Bill of Rights, ensuring that citizens would have the First Amendment right to peacefully assemble and speak their mind. Now, it's worth noting that back then, women and minorities were legally considered objects, like a throw rug or an end table, a lamp. And so, citizens meant white guys, like me. And I am proud to say that 232 years later, the NYPD upholds the originalist interpretation, ensuring that I, above all others, have the right to gather and speak my mind. Everyone else can have First Amendment. You can have all the First Amendment you want when I'm done with it. So says the NYPD.
And objects they were. Many right-wingers still to this day consider women objects. Remember, grab women by the P word? And ain't that the truth? When conservatives talk about free speech, it's always free speech for me and not thee, coming from the party banning books about gay penguins. Does the right wing not realize that woke speech is supposedly protected under our Constitution? No, because free speech to them is about eliminating voices of dissent, not actually what it is in principle. Here's more of the video.
I've heard it said that neutrality favors the oppressor, and I can't even imagine neutrality. It would be terrible. When I go to these protests, NYPD, they come up, they ask about my kids, my vacation plans, they let me into the subway for free. If they talk to me like they talk to some of these guys, I mean, I've seen them, push pregnant women to the ground, tackle photographers. I've seen them hit people with bikes, move or I will move you is the first thing they say to people standing peacefully. If they did that to me, or even just if they didn't do violence, none of this would work. None of it.
You can hear the satire coming out more and more. And he's right. Why is it that we see members of the cops high-fiving the Proud Boys, a terrorist right-wing hate group, then going and killing innocent, unarmed black men? You know the answer. And now there's clear evidence to suggest that the Proud Boys now have ardent supporters in local police departments across the country. And the speaker's last line of "none of this would work" is a tell-all, pointing out that the system is operating as intended, with a high risk of violence towards anyone who is not a white, male, Christian, conservative, rich, and straight. And when people say, oh, well, the system is broken. No, the system is not broken. It's operating as intended. What the system needs is changing.
I'm a graduate of Andrew Tate's Hustler University, so I understand body language, okay? When cops are out there, they face the danger, they face the threat. So I want you to imagine, me and 30 of my guys, many of whom are unarmed, are facing off against the gay straight alliance who want basic human rights. Which direction are the cops facing? Which way? That's right, towards the threat, protecting me. Because if they weren't there, some underweight non-binary librarian might say something mean to me.
Yes, fear the underweight non-binary librarians. They're the biggest threat, not the members of hate groups with guns. Look, this guy is using obvious comedic satire to hopefully get through to people. And that's why people need to see clips like this, because him speaking in this way might reach more people to get them to take action. And just watch this last part as he addresses the coded language that right-wing conservatives use when discussing public safety.
I just want to thank God, thank Jesus for these men, and I want to thank all of our allies in the city council and in the mayor's office, because I know that you know exactly what I'm saying. And afterwards, we can take some pictures together, and we can talk about how we're finally going to win the race wars. We can talk about how we care about public safety and property value, right? And, we'll know what we're talking about, and they'll know what we're talking about. Everyone knows, but it'll be fun for 10. So, in closing, I just want to thank the city of New York for taking some of the most violent offenders off the street, domestic abusers, murderers. They're off the street, and they have jobs and guns and badges. And they're not just the bodyguards of white supremacists. They're my best friends.
The people clapping. Look, this is what right-wingers want to say out loud. And they've now been inspired by people like Agent Orange Donald Trump and moron defascist DeSantis, Florida governor, saying things like, protect the children and all lives matter. Look, I hope that me and the speaker in this video provided you some really, really good points to use as tools to combat this right-wing insanity, because we must dismantle this white supremacy and call out these horrible, corrupt cops. My name is Scott Johnson. You can find more of me on my YouTube, The Gays. I just posted a new video. It's in the description below, as well as my TikTok, which I have over 60,000 followers, so you definitely want to go and check it out. And most importantly, do not forget to smash that subscribe button to the breakdown. You know you want to.